Books are effortless creatures. Creatures, yes, they are. What I mean is, you can enjoy the right book without making any effort. Are you getting me? They can slide right into your thoughts and make reading an enjoyable process. The question is, how? When I'm reading a book, I look for something that interests me, like a line or a thought that forms the central theme of the book. For example, if I'm reading a book on history, I look for something like a first chapter or the paragraph in the first chapter that talks about a pivotal event. And it suddenly builds up my interest. And that is precisely the reason why I bought the book in the first place. On the other hand, a book on fiction would interest me if I get to see the real conflict between the characters. And once that develops, I'll be hooked to that book. Or a self-help book where a particular success mantra would strike a chord within me and I'd like to read more and more of it. So as a book reader, you should look for these things while reading a book. From my personal experience, I can tell you why it was easy for me to read books. So I've been recently reading this book called The Underground Railroad. Now the thought behind this book kept me hooked to it. It talks about the journey of a girl called Cora, a slave girl, her escape, her capture, and finally another journey towards freedom. When I started reading this book, one particular sentence has stayed with me since. It's on the page 4 of this book that I'm currently holding in my hand. And it reads, "The noxious air of the hold, the gloom of confinement, and the screams of those shackled to her contrived to drive Ajari to madness." It talks about the horrible condition of the slave girl called Ajari. It's a long sentence, but it connected with me immediately. It drew me in, as if telling in hushed voices what to expect in the chapters ahead of the book. Now, I read this sentence over and over and over again. Yes, literally many times. So much so that I now know this sentence by heart. You know why? Because it talks about the horrible condition of the slave girl called Ajari, who's tied with other slaves atop a ship which is taking her from her tribe in Africa to another continent in America to become a plantation worker. She is overwhelmed by her condition. For me, it summarized the central theme of the book: slavery, bondage, and a human urge for freedom. We all love edge-of-the-seat thrillers with the good guys chasing the bad guy. Now replicate that moment from cinema that you love so much onto a scene from a book. After all, it's only when the screenwriters, scriptwriters writes those scenes, you get to see the actual action on the screen. My favorite scene is from the same book, and it is on the page 155, and it reads, "She ran as she had not in a long time, sticking to the side of the road and darting into the woods at the sound of a traveler." Now this piece of writing is vivid in details, throwing us into the thick of action with verbs like darting and pacing. You relive the horror with the character when it reads, "One of the bounty hunters came in right after we spoke, had a ring of ears around his neck, like a red Indian." A real tough character. To read any book easily, look for these small details if you're a beginner. If you have read a book earlier and you're still struggling to get into this habit of reading, then look for the works of variety of writers. Their different writing styles, their unique expression, and their varied voices. Each book has its own story. Some take you on a journey. Others evoke a sense in you that you've not identified with earlier. And some just seep into your own, like you've known them forever. Hello guys, my name is Nagendra Bisht. I hope you've liked the video. My idea is to present to you and make you understand how to develop interest in book reading. If you'd like to hear more of such videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. I would love to hear from you, so comment generously. Thank you so much.